Welcome to the Daily Business and Finance Show. Stock market roller coaster, the Magnificent Seven crash, Moody's negative outlook for U.S. credit, and Microsoft's sky-high success. Navigating tenant risks and delayed deals with Medical Properties Trust. Unraveling the political tensions and China's delay of Broadcom VMware deal. Celebrating Nasdaq's best day since May and the rise of S&P, Dow. Exploring Plug Power's plunge to year low after Q3 results and Disney's Marvel movie delays. Stay tuned after this short ad break to delve deeper into these headlines and more. In the year 2023, the S&P 500 index saw an increase primarily due to the performance of 7 key companies: Apple, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. In contrast to this growth, the other 493 stocks that make up this index experienced a collective decline. Bank of America has conducted research into what might occur if these Magnificent Seven were to fall out of favor. Historical data shows that crashes often involve losses exceeding 30%. The concern now is whether a potential downturn in these 7 major companies could instigate a wider market crash.
Stifel has changed its rating for Medical Properties Trust from buy to hold. This decision is based on several factors including tenant difficulties, a postponed asset sale to Yale, and only partial rent payment received from the company's biggest tenant. Analyst Stephen Maneker has also voiced worries about the company's capacity to help tenants with cash flow problems due to significant debt maturities and elevated capital costs.
Moody's has altered the U.S. credit rating outlook, moving it from a stable position to a negative one. This change is due to heightened fiscal risks and possible political instability. However, the nation's senior unsecured and long-term issuer ratings are still holding at AAA. The Treasury Department has expressed disagreement with Moody's negative perspective, maintaining that the American economy remains robust. In response to Moody's declaration, there was an increase in shorter-term Treasury yields.
Shares of Microsoft reached a record peak at $366.63, marking an increase of 1.7% on Friday. This rise propelled its market capitalization to $2.7 trillion. The significant surge is credited to robust expansion in its Azure cloud division and declining interest rates. Market analysts forecast continued success with the rollout of artificial intelligence.
The approval for Broadcom's acquisition of VMware, valued at $61 billion, by China has been postponed. This delay appears to be politically motivated, linked to the recent restrictions on Nvidia chips. Despite Broadcom's anticipation for a swift closure of the deal, this holdup has occurred. Interestingly, this situation is unfolding in parallel with forthcoming meetings between U.S. President Joe Biden and China's President Xi Jinping. These meetings are part of other high-level dialogues happening between the two countries.
United States stocks experienced significant increases on Friday, in spite of a cautious tone from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. The Nasdaq Composite saw a rise of 2.5%, marking its best day since May. This was largely driven by chip stocks, which were boosted following a substantial purchase by a Chinese artificial intelligence startup. Both the S&P 500 and Dow also saw increases, resulting in consecutive weekly gains for the first time in almost 4 weeks. In other news, Treasury yields have stabilized after Thursday's sell-off, which was triggered by a wheat government auction.
Shares of Plug Power experienced a significant drop, nearly 44%, reaching a low not seen in 3.5 years. This occurred following the release of their Q3 results, which were less than satisfactory and raised questions regarding the company's financial health. Consequently, four analysts downgraded their ratings for the company. The losses reported by Plug Power exceeded expectations for the 13th quarter in a row, which also negatively impacted other stocks within the alternative energy sector. Analysts have indicated that for any substantial growth to occur, Plug Power must first enhance its balance sheet and decrease its cash burn rate.
Shares of Disney experienced a 2.8% drop following the announcement of several Marvel movie delays, as the company prioritizes quality over quantity, stated CEO Bob Iger. The postponed films include Deadpool 3 and Captain America: Brave New World, among others. This decision comes on the heels of a 4-month production pause due to an actor's strike. In other news, the franchise's latest release, The Marvels, is projected to witness one of its weakest opening weekends.
And that wraps up today's episode of the Daily Business and Finance Show. Remember, invest wisely, think strategically. Until next time, keep thriving in the marketplace. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. It's time for us to say goodbye until we see each other again tomorrow. This content is sourced from the Seeking Alpha website, so support our podcast by becoming a Seeking Alpha Premium subscriber. See the show notes page for links to sign up. This episode is produced by Classic Studios. Check out our other podcasts in our network at classicstudios.com.